Yeet! What's up, Jey Uso fans? He is one of the hottest stars in WWE right now, and with that popularity comes a lot of talk, and sometimes that talk isn't quite right. There is one thing particular that I've been seeing floating around, something a lot of people seem to think is true about Jey, but I'm here to tell you that is not true. This is not true. In this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly what that is, why it's false, and give you the real stories. So stick around because you will not want to believe this one. Now, look, Jey Uso, he has a very interesting schedule going on right now in WWE. What do I mean by that? Well, he is just days away from making his next title defense. Logan Paul, Saturday night's main event this Saturday night. Now, WWE threw a little bit of a curveball because what did they do? They went ahead and they announced that Jey Uso versus Logan Paul, well, the winner of that match, would have their next opponent up, lined, and scheduled June 9th, episode of Monday Night Raw, going up against the ring general, Gunther. Now, let's be real. The chances of Logan Paul going into Saturday night's main event, beating main event Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title, not so likely. All right, we anticipate Jey going over Logan. There's really no reason why you would take the title off of Jey before he gets to Gunther. And Logan Paul is likely going to do the honors. And so that leads us to Jey Uso versus Gunther, a rematch from WrestleMania 40. Jey and Gunther have worked so many times this year, it's getting a little repetitive, right? And we'll talk about Gunther versus Jey, more on that in a minute. But let's talk about today's video. Get ready to eye roll. So, during a recent podcast, Vince Russo, I know, Vince Russo, he expressed concern that a single booking decision could harm Jey Uso's WWE career. I know, get your popcorn ready because here it goes. So he noted that if WWE were to strip Jey Uso of the world title, it would severely damage his momentum and credibility. All right. Now, Russo, he highlighted the company's history of quickly removing titles from wrestlers, noting that such actions can undermine a wrestler's standing and a championship prestige. He also criticized the potential booking of Logan Paul being world heavyweight champion, suggesting that while Paul is a very, influential type figure in the media presence, it could bring a little bit of attention to the title, but he lacks the in-ring credentials to justify holding a major championship. And he argued that maintaining Jey Uso as champion is crucial for preserving the title's legitimacy and for Jey's development as a top-tier talent in WWE. So, overall, Russo thinks that you can't have Logan Paul beat Jey Uso for the world title. I agree. You shouldn't. There's no reason to. But let's talk about this whole momentum thing. Okay. Number one, straight out of the gate, Jey Uso, don't know when, don't know how, don't know where, don't know who to. But do you know that Jey Uso is going to eventually lose the title? That's what happens every single time. No one just keeps the title forever and ever and ever and ever, decades upon decades, right? That doesn't happen, okay? So James is going to lose his title. Someone should really let Vince Russo know this, okay? He's going to lose the title. I'm sorry to tell you, Vince. Number two, does it impact Jey's momentum if he loses the title, let's just say, at any of these dates? Saturday night's main event or June 9th. Does it hurt Jey Uso? No. No, it doesn't. Why is that? Because they are setting up, in my opinion, for Jey to get screwed. Okay? Now hear me out on this. This is my theory. I think Jey's going to go over Logan at Saturday night's main event. I think come June 9th, when Gunther steps into the ring with Jey for a second time, I think what's going to happen is Jey is not winning this match. Okay? They're not going to have Jey beat Gunther for a second straight time, let alone on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, which is after the Money in the Bank PLE. I also don't think that Gunther is going to go into that event and beat Jey Uso. So now you're thinking, all right, bro, what you got? What's your big idea? I think the winner of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which gives them a contract up to a year to cash in that contract at any given time. I think what's going to happen is Jay's going to be working Gunther June 9th, Monday Night Raw, and they're both going to get knocked down. And then the winner, I don't know who's going to win Money in the Bank, but a winner is going to run down to the ring. He's going to cash in that briefcase, and he's going to pin Jey Uso. This does a few things. This, number one, protects Gunther from taking another L. Number two, it takes the title off of Jey, which a lot of people want to see happen because they don't see him as a credible champion. And it also screws over Jey, and it protects him while also crowning a champion. So you get the title off of Jey, you protect Gunther. In my opinion, this is best case scenario. Now, could WWE go, all right, we're going to have Gunther win the title back? Yeah, I guess you could. I don't know why you would want to do that, considering he had such a long run, and literally a month ago, or by the time June 9th rolls around, about 2 months, you put the title right back on him, right? I don't see that. I also don't see Jay's run going on much longer. I don't envision Jey beating Gunther for a second straight time. You can start going to alternatives. Well, Jey could win by DQ. Gunther could win by DQ. I guess you could run it back yet again. I don't know. But I like my scenario because I don't know. It makes sense. I don't think it's that complicated. I don't think it's that orchestrated. I like it. But no. Whenever you think about Vince Russo, the guy, he's off here. He's way off here. He's not even hitting the same universe here. I don't know. He has these wacky takes. He's a very interesting guy if you think about it. Like, all right, so he did some good things during the Attitude Era, and then, I don't know if he got just burnt out creatively because all of his creative just sucked afterwards, right? The WCW run, most of the TNA stuff sucked. I don't know what happened to him. I think he gets a lot more hate than he probably should, but he also brings a lot on himself. So, I see both ways. But in the end, Jey Uso fans, including myself, I include myself in this discussion, just calm down. It's going to be okay. Deep breath. We're all going to get through it, and we all move on, okay? That's what I would say. But Jey Uso is going to be just fine, whether he's world champion or he's not world champion, after June 9th.